What are you doing with your hands?
I need to look away. Dylan,
What?
what do you see?
I see you staring in what I can describe as complete paralysis. What are you seeing right now? What are you seeing right now? What are you seeing right now?
I don't
Because you're scaring the shit out of me.
I don't know what that was. I see me, but it's not me.
Do you know what you just did?
Yeah, I froze.
Did you touch Dylan just a few minutes ago? Would you tell us if you did? It's like,
It's the same kind of tune every time, too.
All right, go ahead.
Did you want us to come up here?
Yes,
What was the question?
I don't know.
They just asked. Okay. They just asked if they wanted to come up here. Holly said yes, but she didn't know to what.
Do you think we want to hurt you?
I don't feel like she didn't want them to be there, but maybe they're asking questions and she's getting upset.
Yeah,
I don't know. It depends on what they're doing.
seemed to be pretty aggressive with the questions.
Do you need our fear to survive? Are you being controlled by something bigger than you?
So I had a sensation of being slapped.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I physically felt it,
Right.
but then I wasn't sure, like, are they gonna get slapped? Or is this like her being slapped? Like,
Is it like a female slap hitting someone or more aggressive? I think they asked something she was offended by. And she wanted to slap them.
Yeah, actually, I think that's what it was.
This will never go in the show, I'm just curious. Do you like us better than Zach Baggins? Did that say Baggins?
I honest to God thought it did.
I said Baggins. Tabor and I concur, that said Baggins. Oh.
I don't think she wants to be alone.
But she doesn't want to be talked to in the way they're talking to her.
she wants somebody to stand in the widow's walk with her.
Right. To wait with her.
Yeah.
I just like to interject here for a second to both parties. Tabor and I request that both parties come here to headquarters. We have something to discuss with both parties.
Oh, sweet Jesus. All right.
Let's just leave
Want to
this.
say goodbye?
Let's just leave it up here. You never know, we might have to come back.
No, we can
Actually,
leave
you
it.
know
Let's
what?
say goodbye.
If we leave it up, I still have that thing going.
Okay.
So,
We're going to leave now, but you can keep talking.
yes, feel free to speak to the device that we are leaving up here. We will be back. Check the temperature while we go. Let's see what the story is.
20.6.
All right, here's my challenge to you, or not a challenge, just an ask. See if you can lower that down below 19.6. One degree by the time I get back. Here's one last question. Are you gonna go?
I was just say thank you.
Oh, I was gonna say, should we come back up here?
Should someone else come up here? Okay, thank you for talking with us, and thank you for grabbing my wrist. It was really cool despite you being very scared.
We may come back.
See you later.
Watch your head.
Okay, so as you guys split up for Paul and Dylan to do the ghost box and Holly and Chelsea to continue the mirror thing, I was considering monitoring options because it's very difficult to do two conversations at first. So I dedicated Jim here, ran headphones, and he became dedicated ghost box watcher. And while I considered listening to just Holly and Chelsea as the sound guy, I want to listen to all the mics all the time.
Fair enough.
In case something goes wrong. So I had you in this ear, and you two in this ear. And it wasn't long. In fact, it was almost instantly where, as Paul likes to say, synchronicities began to happen.
Oh, great.
So at first they were small. There were little things. Holly was saying yes at an almost exact response time.
You guys would ask a question,
And she'd give
it was
you an
as
answer.
it was as if you asked it to her and she answered. And the first time that happened, remember, I walking up to that, it's like, hey, you asked this question. She said yes.
We figured that was the only time because you never walkied us back.
Well, we stopped doing it at that point because Tabor and I talked quickly about it because
they
it
made
happened
notes.
2 or 3 times afterwards, like within a short time period. It's like, we can't do this every time it's happening.
why do I get the feeling Tabor just wrote down "run now" and he's going to put it in front of Dylan or Jim and Chelsea?
Well, you know, you don't have to run the fastest. You just need to outrun the slowest guy.
You said yes because you felt like you had to say yes? That's what you mean?
I could hear you guys upstairs. I can't hear what you're saying, but at one point I heard you ask a question. I didn't know what it was, but I heard you ask a question, and I felt the answer was yes.
Now,
Okay.
And I figured you guys would just relay that.
That was just the beginning. That was something I was willing to write off, but then the next thing happened, which was right as you guys were asking if anyone was up there, Holly, by only a couple seconds, had already sent something up there. And then you got the response through the ghost box. And then, where it gets really weird, is Dylan.
So far, this is pretty normal. Yeah, I know. Cool.
Dylan, when you asked if something had reached out and touched your arm, Holly said she was feeling a weird, like, muscle movement within her arm, or some compulsion to do so.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's it. Okay, good. We're done. Nice.
I remember that.
Yeah, I feel like it might be over. Yeah, no.
no, there's
Go on.
one more. Yeah. So
Guru of hell.
So you guys, had asked a question. It was something like, what do you want us to do?
Right,
Asking
yes.
the spirit. And then the ghost box responded to what you guys heard as quite.
Well, that's what I called up. It was something along those
Right,
lines, if you
yes.
remember that one
Yes. However, less than 30 seconds later, Holly says she wants them to wait.
So even on top of those ones, those specific ones that Tabor can recall, there was probably at least a half dozen other times
Oh,
where Tabor was
I was
looking over
stopping
me
Jim
going,
constantly.
synchronicity again. Question being answered or very similar
Weird.
topic to
Yeah.
what Holly was going through and talking about right there.
That's so
like it was
cool.
continually happening as if there was a connection between
Not to-
everything that was going on.
Not to mention the crazy ass deja vu,
Yes.
which, like Joe Skeptic over there, although you buy into deja vu, but I don't recall ever having a major multi-crew member deja vu moment in 3 seasons of this and 1 season of Ghost Cases. Our
And that
previous
was
show.
just before you guys decided to go up to the attic too. You just decided, we had the whole
Yeah,
deja vu
yeah,
thing,
Dylan leaned
and then
forward,
for
you
whatever
saw
reason,
me.
it's like, hey, let's go up to the attic now.
So I just want to point something out here.
There is not enough rye in this right now.
Tabor is antsy as hell.
Yes, he is.
Are
So
you?
to quote,
Yeah.
you know, the past decade of infomercials. But wait, I think there's more.
Holly has this idea, and that what she was going over in the mirror, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there's a widow or an orphan here waiting for somebody to come home who never did, and that their desire would be Dylan to wait with them at the widow's walk.
Yeah, it was specific.
It was Dylan. I'm
No.
sorry.
I know what's going through your brain right now.
And that
I'm
was- and
vetoing
that
the
was-
shit out of that.
I remember
no.
talking about this because
No.
Was
Stop
that-
thinking.
they didn't want to be alone. They wanted somebody to wait with them, and I kept seeing that widow's watch area. There was something that they needed to let go of, and
Yeah.
potentially Dylan needed to do that too, or to say goodbye to somebody, and that she wanted to stand with you, and there was a hand holding thing, and for that. For you to be able to let go of something together, to say goodbye.
Like that was the same time you guys were having the conversation and asking the questions, what do you want us to do? And that was the same
sorry.
time Holly was having
There's-
this experience with the
there's-
widow's watch thing.
There's probably more. I was listening to conversations at once over the course of an hour. Limited detail that I can provide, but I'm pretty sure playback will back me up. And Jim's saying that I was stopping him every 10 minutes,
Yeah.
5-10 minutes to give these stories and mark them.
So, question for the Chelseanator. When you were out there with
Holly,
Well, whoever you are right
whoever
now.
you were, how did that go the second time round?
how did it go?
I'm asking you. How did that go, Chelsea? Was it weird? Did you spook out? Did you go like ooh, like you did before?
I don't think she completely zoned out. I think she was just connected.
So you plugged into something.
Yeah, I think maybe. So the first time when Dylan was there and he got really wigged out by what was happening, I definitely had a freeze moment, and that really sketched him out. So I totally
that's what it
understand.
was.
Okay, all right. So I mean, the second time when Chelsea was sitting there with me, the light was different, and there was a lot of tricks being played. I'll say tricks with the eyes, but there was a lot of she was seeing stuff too. Just with my face almost disappearing sometimes. My mouth would get covered. I couldn't see that. And that was really weird. We changed the candle, and then that's when we started to connect more with
So were you talking to the mirror, like having a conversation?
No?
Most of the time, she wasn't really focusing on the mirror.
Or, okay.
I'm trying to just understand what's happened here. We asked what we should do, and Holly was saying it wanted me to wait with it.
Yep. Not like forever. It just wants to.
No.
Sometimes the ghost box.
box.
Sometimes the ghost box would come in first. Sometimes no ghost box, no Holly. Sometimes both. It really varied, but the grand narrative I'm getting here is we start at a very low level of detail, yes or no questions, and then we're moving in. And if it was just Holly after you guys, it would be one thing, but sometimes it would be the other way around. She'd start on an idea, and then the ghost box would back it up.
You know,
Oh, that's so cool.
you know what we need to do?
Do it again?
No. Could do. Well, this was, no. I'm curious. I've been joking that Dylan and I, in fact, upstairs, this happened a couple of times, we seem to think alike. So, Dylan, what do you think I'm going to suggest now as the logical conclusion to this?
I really don't want to do it.
Nope, didn't ask whether you wanted to do it. What do you think I'm going to suggest?
You're going to ask me to go up there alone.
No. Oh. I wouldn't do that. Geez, what kind of jerk do you think I am? No, you're going to dislike this one even more. I think we need to bring all of the timelines together. We had Holly and Chelsea down here doing one thing. We had you and me up there, and seemingly, according to Jim and Tabor, synchronistic communication and deja vuing going on. I think you and Holly need to surf this wave together now and ride it to shore.
Dylan doesn't want to be anywhere near
I just want
me
to let
right
you know
now.
that the narrative that I'm living tonight does not end with me alone with her.
I think you and Holly need to surf this wave together now and ride it to shore.
Dylan doesn't want to be anywhere near me
I just want to let
right
you know
now.
that the narrative that I'm living tonight does not end with me alone with her.
That's
He's
probably
talking about me or the ghost.
that's probably a good thing.
Whatever you were.
No, but she's out of it now. Like Chelsea was with her, and Chelsea said totally cool.
Chelsea was totally intrigued.
We will be monitoring. I will sit at the bottom of the stairs, so there'll be somebody down there. Won't leave you alone. These guys will be here doing the sound thing. I think you guys need to go and bring this one home. Because there seems to, it wasn't really doing it for me. It seemed to be more about you up there. Because, you know, all I was getting was some classical music, but you were getting some real communication. I mean, if Holly was ever going to kill anyone, it would be me. So you'll be fine.
So there was some
Probably.
some question as to why she was there, and I don't know if you guys got this information.
So, okay, well, I want to ask you questions. Vetting process.
By the way, why is he so angry with me?
Because you gave me the look that I have never seen in my life of
he-
hatred.
He told me upstairs when we were sitting, not in the attic, but when we were sitting, before we went up to the attic, he said, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that when you looked at him, that was the most frightening thing he'd seen in his entire ghost hunting career.
Exactly
To date.
verbatim what I told you. I had never been that scared in my life.
I'm sorry.
That's why I called you up really quick. I was like, Paul,
Definitely not enough rye in this, because there's none.
what do you think is up there? Who do you think is up there?
Why am I in the middle?
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. I'm curious.
That's
now.
actually interesting.
I'm guarded.
Why are you so angry?
I
Okay, I think what
she doesn't
was
understand what she did.
I think what was
wasn't there.
sometimes we see the reflections of ourselves. I think what I was getting is that there's a woman and she can't leave because she is waiting for her child, a son, and that is the connection that she's getting with you. But then near the end of things, before we got called down here,
Right, I forgot about that synchronicity.
What? Wait,
There was a period where you guys, Paul, Dylan, you guys got a little bit. There was a little bit of levity and mocking tone to
yeah.
what you were saying, and Holly pretty much immediately called a change from a sad atmosphere to an angry one.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned that one to me.
All right, I'll give you a couple of options. I know Holly's good. She's a pro. I'll give you a couple of
It's not that I'm not a pro.
No. Yeah.
Say, hey, Charles
Do you
Manson.
remember
Well,
the
this is a conversation. Like, if you two do wind up there, you can bring this all in. But the options are we got this can't be how we end this. So
Well, no.
so either you go up alone.
Nope.
Yep. See, if you and I go back together and they go back to where they were, we're just kind of repeating it.
I agree.
That doesn't do any good. Holly goes up alone. That doesn't do any good because there needs to be a male, a son, right?
Well, here's the thing. There's nothing about him having to be there alone.
Cool.
There was.
Okay, you can do it then.
Well, no. I think if you're going to do this, then it should be Dylan going up. Probably take like a broom to sweep out all the cobwebs up there because it's
You want him to go into the widow's walk?
Yeah.
Even I wouldn't do
The
that.
point of this.
I'm not sure I suggest, but it might be more respectful if we film from the entrance to the Widow's Walk and leave the Widow's Walk sacred and uninterrupted by the video.
We're taking ghost advice from Tabor, which is good. He's getting into it now. I like it. In that case, we really only need you two guys because then nobody needs to go up into the widow's walk. We could assume even that she, if there is a she, is in the widow's walk, and so I think you should just go up and see in the attic where things go. But I don't think you have to go up into the widow's walk.
That's fine. Yeah, cool. That's fine.
I do, but anyway. That's what I. Something I never thought I'd say. That's what I saw.
Dylan going up into the widow's walk, like specifically, or just
The widow's walk. When.
But Dylan.
Yes, Dylan. Widow's walk. Letting go. Saying goodbye.
To who?
I don't know. What do you need to let go of and say goodbye to?
I have no idea.
Okay. Maybe she just needs your help doing it. Or maybe she just, I don't know. Right? Make the rules.
I mean, if she'd come up with my name, I'd so be there. But she didn't.
You're insane, though.
I think the hand,
I'm insane? Why? Wait a second.
That's not the
I'm the only
response.
normal one right now sitting on this couch. You two are in the zone of weirdness.
You took that completely differently. That was good.
I see what you mean. That I'll do anything stupid. Yeah, good point. Yeah, that's true.
I think the wrist thing was her just reaching out.
Yeah, well, sure as heck wasn't me.
Like
The weird thing is,
trying to hold your hand.
the weird thing is that the wrist, the way that the wrist thing happened, it was like, come here.
Towards the
Widow's Walk.
I was just going to say one of the weirdest things, but then it's been a fun night. I was like, I can't trance and like talk to you at the same time.
If you're going to send Chelsea up, if Chelsea's going to go up with Dylan, what I would
Like,
do
it's
to
just
kind
not-
of recreate the same situation is have Holly back at the mirror.
Well, somebody's got to go sit with Holly at the mirror.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, crap.
Do you want to do that? Look at that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
The OGs.
Whoa.
Original, not old, original.
He called you gangster, man.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Mully Sculder.
No, I'm Mully. She's Scully.
Mully Sculder.
Good. Wait, I know what this is.
The two from the X-Files that nobody can ever remember. Who are the two new ones? Nobody remembers.
Is there new ones?
Yeah, more than once. Even in the new season, they brought two in and nobody knows who they are. So, all right, cool. You guys up? I'll do the mirror trancy thing with knifey here.